Right, well I can add this to the list of things I've never worked on before. This is a tattoo gun thing. And it belongs to a local tattoo studio. And this is the note. It comes from Paul. Hi Steve, this machine turns on with a long press of the power button and should start with a press of the power button after that. It's currently not doing that with the workings in the case, but does sometimes start when the motor etc. are out of the housing, so I don't think it's a motor issue. Hope you have some luck in fixing it for me. Thanks, Paul. Well, thanks for letting me look at it, Paul. I'll do my best. So let's just power it on and see what it's doing. It does come on. 7.8 volts, and then you press it again. Right, we get a different symbol there. I'm guessing it's supposed to do stuff. Right, well let's take it out of the housing, like you said. Okay, well let's try it now. Ooh! Okay. So it does work out of the housing. I mean, I don't know how these things work. I'm guessing this vibrates down here and does something wonderful with the ink needly thing. Right, so it's currently working every time. Oh no, it's not. Right, it didn't work that time. We can give it a gentle tap and it works. Okay, so I think it might be a motor issue. I wonder whether the motor's not getting enough power. Let's try increasing the voltage. Oh, it changes colour. Oh, 9 volts. Right. No. How far does it go? It goes up to 12 volts. Right, there we go. It's not working on 12 volts there, so it's... Yeah. Then just a little move, and it starts to work. Right, what could this be? Right. Oh, losing all the buttons. Right, I can't seem to get it out any further than that, which isn't going to help. Is that because of these wires here? It probably is, isn't it? Let's desolder these 2 wires and see if we can get the whole thing out. Right, is it going to come out now? Yes, it is. Okay. So we've got 2 batteries here, and then we've got a circuit board here under this shrink wrap stuff, and then a circuit board on the top with the LCD screen, etc. Okay. Let's have a look at the motor first. A couple of little screws here, like Allen key type screws, or Torx bits. Oh, I like little grub screws. Maybe I should leave those in then so I don't risk losing them.
Nope.
Already lost one. Right. 2607 max 10 volts. Max 10 volt. Well, I was just putting 12 volts into it. 6 volts, 6,800 RPM. I mean, it moves freely. Is there going to be a way of opening that up without damaging it? Yeah, I don't want to damage it, so it appears to be moving freely. I'm going to come back to that if I can't find anything on this. So I am going to have to remove this shrink wrap. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double check that we've got, in fact I could have done this earlier, that we've got 12 volts. When this says 12 volts, have we got 12 volts coming out of here? I can do that now actually, can't I? So let's make sure they're separated. Turn it on. Right, that says 12 volts now, so there shouldn't be anything there until I press the button again. Multimeter in voltage DC. Right, so there's nothing there. Let's press the button. Right, so we've got the action button on. Yeah, there we go. 3.9 volts. That's not 12 volts, is it? Let's try changing the voltage. So that was on 12 volts, it was showing as 3.9. Let's do it down to 10 volts. And let's see what that's now outputting. 3.9. Let's lower it down again. Let's put it on 8 volts. 3.9. So is that because it's not under load? Or is that just the voltage that's getting to it? Let's just quickly resolder this back on. Turn it off. And double check what it is when it's connected. Let's turn it back on. That's 8 volts. Let me go, it starts working straight away. How am I going to stop it from moving around? There we go, it's not moving now, right? 8 volts. Let's see what we've got. Oh, it's flashing. E2. Oh, that was interesting. Right. 8 volts. Started working then. 3.8. 3.8. And yet, can I hold that? Let me put this in a clamp. Right. See if we can get it moving. Right, what voltage have we got now? Pretty much 8 volts. Yeah. So it does get the 8 volts when it's working, but when it's not working, it's a much lower voltage. I mean, this is where my knowledge, again, is going to leave me wanting. Should it only output the correct voltage when the motor is requesting it? Or should it always output the correct voltage? And that's why the motor isn't kicking in. I don't know. Right, I've just hooked up my bench power supply. I've got it on 8 volts. Let's just see. Oh, there we go. 8 volts and it's doing nothing. Try moving it a bit. There we go. I think it is the motor. Yeah, doesn't always work. So let's try it on 10 volts. I mean, it should do the same thing. Yeah, it's not working. Give it a little help and it starts working. So I think I am going to have to take the motor apart, see if I can figure out what's going on. I don't think I'm going to be able to get into this, which is a shame. I don't really know what to do. Voiceover Steve here. I didn't give up on this easily. It was really difficult to get into. In fact, it's impossible to get into. It's a sealed unit. I mean, I could try cleaning it as it is. Other than that, I don't see what else I can do. So I spent the next half an hour or so blowing air through this thing, dropping IPA in, making the motor run, leaving it running for a bit, adding a bit more IPA, just in an attempt to try and clean the insides in case it was a bit gummed up, but nothing really worked. Really? Here we go. No. Right, I think this needs a new motor. I'm going to see if you can purchase one. I'm guessing the new motor is cheaper than a new gun. Does look like they sell them on AliExpress for £14.19. And that looks like the right one to me. Let me contact the tattoo studio and see what they want me to do. It's about 2 weeks later, and the motor has arrived from China. And the good news is, it looks exactly the same. Actually, no it doesn't. The middle pin is not quite as long. I'm hoping that doesn't cause a problem. Well, we'll find out. Right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put 10 volts into it and just see if it spins up first time, which is what we want. Bench power supply on 10 volts. Negative. And then let's touch the positive. Yes. I don't know if you can see that spinning, but it is. Nice. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this little balance weight thing on. If it fits. It does fit. If I remember rightly, I had a little like grub screw. There it is. Right, let's tighten that. Yep. Okay, right, we're on. Right, let's see if that works now with that attached. Oh, help if I turn on the power supply. Right, here we go. Yes. Okay. I think we're good. Let's put that in. See what happens. Okay, nice. Let's see if it works. Yes, right. Let's turn the voltage down. I can't remember what it was on when I got it. I think it was about 8 volts. That looks better. Green. I like that colour. Right, let's go. Yes. Right, I don't know how this thing works. I presume you put something on the end and then jab it into someone's skin. But I've got no idea. So I think I'm going to have to take it back to the tattoo shop, parlour, and let them test it for me.
There we go, that's that bit.
Wow.
And then if you want to do some tattooing as well, you can do.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Did it work then?
Yeah, really good.
Excellent. That's the result.
No, that's absolutely amazing.
Brilliant.
Thank you, man.
No problem. Thank you.
And the fire in your eyes keeps me alive. I'm showing her you'll find sanctuary. I'm showing her you'll find sanctuary.